Baba TV, yeah. Black Power. Subscribe to Baba TV. Baba TV every time fire. Black Power. If you need a lift, tune in to Baba TV. It's going down. Black consciousness will take you higher. Black Power. If you need a lift, tune in to Baba TV. It's going down. It's Baba TV every time fire, fire. Every time fire, every time fire, every time fire. Black Power, every time fire. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Come on, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I can't hear ya. I said say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Let me hear you sing it out. I said say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah. Baba TV. Every time fire. Every time fire. Yeah. Subscribe to Baba TV. Yeah. Black Power. Black Power. How's your consciousness? Solo, TCO, Image Pro, you already.
Peace and Black Power. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV, House of Consciousness. I'm here with the mighty Captain Tazaryach. Brother, I'm so glad to run into you today. I saw the video that you did with Brother Sarnetta, and it seems as though you've created a stir with some of our people dealing with the MLK, Martin Luther King issue, with the sex scandal and stuff like that. That blew my mind. I never heard anything like that. How factual is this information? And try to give a little bit more clear, because our people are hot right now with you.
Yeah, I mean, like, as always, I'm Captain Tazaryach of Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Command and Jenny Hanna. And that should stir up controversy, because Martin Luther King is a controversial subject, irregardless whether people are pro or for against him. The work that people perceive he did is controversial because it destroyed us. And then when you know or learn about his ulterior motives, like Reverend Abernathy is a good source, because he wrote a book and he got vilified for telling the truth, that Martin Luther King, he was into sleeping with white women and stuff like that. Even when you watch that movie Selma, they show a little bit of it with Coretta Scott King and him having a little beef over him, you know, in his extramarital affairs, so to speak. And then as far as the orgies go, I forget the name of the exact article, but what I will do is I'll send Baba the link. Maybe you could throw it up, you know, when you put the video up. But in that link, you'll see he was in the orgies where he wasn't just, when I'm saying orgies, it wasn't just multiple women. He would invite men around too. That's why I call him Orgy Mike. I call him Mike because his real name is Michael. His real name is not Martin. When his father started studying or learning about the real Martin Luther that started the Lutheran Church, that's what he named himself after. You know what I mean? His real name is Michael King. So we got to keep it 100. So I call him Orgy Mike because he like being into them orgies and everything like that. And we got to face the reality that everybody that we consider a hero is not a hero. And if you want the first warning sign of who's not a hero, just look at who the white man uplifts. The white man's upliftment of Martin Luther King should make him suspect number one. The fact that they erected a statue to him should make him suspect number one. I'll give you an example. The top two as far as civil rights or the 60 movement goes to Martin and Malcolm, right? Those are top two. They don't do nothing for Malcolm. Now, I'm not for Islam either, but on the premise, those are the top two. Now, if you're going to revere black men for work that you perceive that they did, a lot of people follow Malcolm just like they follow Martin. So why ain't Malcolm looked at in that perspective? Because Malcolm's agenda was more so separate from the white man. It wasn't about joining the white man, whereas Martin's was for joining the white man. So that's why Martin is revered like that. So we got to be careful who we call leaders and who we accept. And like the lecture that I did last year in February on integration, that integration Martin did destroyed us. Anytime we want to battle and fight against the white supremacy, if you want to use that word, or the so-called white man and his system, the first thing they say is you got to be nonviolent, as if we out killing people. Like they even say we got to be nonviolent is retarded to hear, because the white man is the most violent beast on the face of the planet. You tell me what nation he went into peaceably. If you take Libya, I take it off of black folk for a second. If you take Libya with Gaddafi in them, before democracy hit there from America, Libya used to look good. It was decent. The white man brought that democracy there. It's a cesspool now, because the white man don't do nothing but kill. So Martin joining us to the white man was the worst thing that could ever happen to us. So anybody getting in the uproar just don't know the truth about Martin. They just know what the white man gave us about Martin.
All right, brother. And now to switch gears real quick, let's talk about that goddamn so-called Jew.
He's good.
I know you had some work for that cracker. If you would have, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Scripturally, just talk about, because I don't know the scripture enough to be dealing with that. But just start dealing with a lot of the lies, which was damn near everything that came out his mouth, with scripturally that he dealt with.
Absolutely. If you want to talk about, first he said that there was no chosen people of God. And when you go to Deuteronomy 7:6, the most simplistic scripture on the face of the earth, it said that he chose us above all nations on the face of the planet. So then there has to be a chosen people, and it has to be the children of Israel. He said that there's no law, it's just karma. When you read Psalms 147:19-20, he said he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments, talking about the law. And it says he have not dealt so with any other nation, meaning that law that he gave us, he didn't give to nobody else. And what we were supposed to do was take that law and let it filter down to everybody else. It's damn near like we were supposed to be the leaders and trickle it down. You know what I mean? So he said there ain't no law. He said we ain't the chosen people. When they asked him who was the real Jew, he didn't even have an answer for that. His answer for that was anybody that... Now, here's the funny part. He said there was no law, but then when they asked him who was the real Jew, he said anybody that keeps the Torah. So to keep the Torah is to keep the law. So it's like, which one are you going to have it? And that's how you know he's a devil. Because when a white man speaks everything, that's why when we call him the devil, or the word devil, it just means deceiver. Or if you want to do what the native Indians used to say, they would say he was pale-faced, speak with a forked tongue, meaning like a snake. That's what that Jewish bastard is doing in that debate, which is why it's a detriment, which is why I feel that it should be an Israelite debating him. And that's no knock on what anybody does as far as business-wise. But for me, that should be like a head up. I believe we the Jews. He say, I can't even say that he say he's a Jew, because he said anybody could be a Jew. And then that cat Lil P said the reason why they're prosperous and we're not is because they keep the law. When they suck babies' penises 8 days after they birth, that's not in the law. They don't follow the law, statute, commandments. You got some of them Jews that still eat pork. They're homosexuals. Matter of fact, that lecture we're having tomorrow on homosexuality, the Jewish man is the #1 forefront in Hollywood pushing homosexuality. So everything about that Jewish bastard that's claiming to be us is demonic. And that's why he shouldn't do it, and we should wipe him off the face of the planet, realistically. And so now the one thing I do wish is that we was doing that debate. You know what I mean? Like it was ISUBK crushing any Jew. It could be that Jew, it could be any other Jewish man that call himself a Jew. And let's put it on the forefront and see who's who and what's what. That's why when they asked him the questions, he had the buck dance, because he know they come from Russia. They come from Germany. They come from everywhere else but the Middle East. They don't come from that region. So for that Jewish man to impersonate us, Revelations 2:9 says, I know thy works, but thou art rich. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. That white man is of Satan. He's not of God at all. So that's my answer on that one.
And to end it on Big Brother Sarnetta, what do you think about the video he put out apologizing for being biased? Now, me, I'm going to be biased, because I don't think he was that goddamn biased. It's his damn platform. Everybody that wants to promote anything he allows on it. If it's church, damn near anything, Sarnetta let you on his channel. So much so that he gets blamed for everything that, goes on the channel. I think it was just a minor adjustment. What's your take on that?
Well, I think he learned a lot from the Israelite School of UPK, because of course on our videos it says we are not affiliated with no other Israelite group. Right, but see, and the reason why you want to do that is because when you involve yourself, for speaking on with his situation, he involves himself with a lot of different people from a lot of different platforms or ideologies or whatsoever. So by default, they may associate what someone else says with him because he's with them. And for the most part, even though Sadnetta says he's not biased, he is more pro-Kemet side than he is any other side. And he has that right to be if that's what he chooses. Right, exactly. So he has that right to do so. But doing that allows himself to separate his entity, so to speak. Like for ISUBK, we know there's tons of Israelite groups out there. Some of them say you can rape. So now we call ourselves Israelites. So now we don't put that disclaimer out, they're going to think we right along with the ones that say you can rape. There's some people that say you can bring white folk in. So now we don't put that out there, we'll be associated with the ones that bring white folk. So that's why you do stuff like that. Now, how true it is will show in his work if he's not affiliated. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is if he still come out there and we coming out there talking about Israel and he want to bring Kemet when we ain't talking about Kemet, then you know he's still biased. Or if he dealing with a Moor and deal with something, then you know if he's still biased. But I understand why he did it, because we do the very same thing, because we don't want nobody to have the misconception that we're affiliated with anybody that teaches contrary to the gospel of Christ or the gospel of the Most High. So that's why we do it like that.
Well, thank you, big brother, for giving me your time. I'm going to try to be at the event. I won't lie and say I'm going to be there. But if I'm not there, I'll be home supporting it via live stream.
I appreciate it.
Shalom.